Hello and welcome. This is the Midday News Update. But first, a strong wind warning has been issued by the PNG National Weather Service for Port Moresby to Hood Point, Kupiano to Samarai, Alotau, Numandi to Woodluck and to Misima. Strong westerly winds of 25 to 33 knots are expected to persist for the next 12 hours, causing rough seas. All small crafts and boats are advised to take necessary precautions before going out to sea, especially in these warning areas. SP Brewery has assured the public that its Join the Generation of Change campaign is not a one-off initiative, but the beginning of a long-term effort to address gender-based violence and promote responsible alcohol use in Papua New Guinea. Responding to questions, Corporate Affairs Manager Robert Nilkare said the company works closely with police, health authorities, and community organizations at both national and provincial levels to reinforce prevention messages, particularly in communities where access to services is limited.
The short answer is that yes, we do. We work at a provincial level and also at a national level. We collaborate where we can. Obviously, there's stakeholders in all the different provinces. Everyone has their own different motivations and way of acting. So we do our best to collaborate where we can and get the message across. Typically at the national health level, we participate actively in stakeholder consultations. We do submissions to health department, ICCC, the various agencies that control product quality and packaging. We support the police on various levels, both national and provincial level as well. This campaign is going to go for a multi-year campaign. We identify and we recognize that this is a deep-seated issue. So we're not going to just stop it here. This is the start of a journey. So we encourage all of you here to, participate, join us in the journey, because it's going to take some time.
He said the campaign is aligned with the National GBV Strategy 2025 to 2030, identifying areas where the private sector can support government priorities through partnerships, training and awareness. Managing Director Ed Wegerman said positive behavior will now form part of SP Lager's brand identity, backed by long-term investment in media, training and community engagement.
So then in the future, consumers will know that, hey, I'm drinking this, I'm using this product, and one of their aspects is they want us to behave positively. And so that's explicit. And also, we worked on this a long time. And so the investment in resources, in time, and in money has been significant. So this is surely not going to be a one-off. And also with the CILAG, all these aspects that were mentioned are going to be part of the training program, right? So it's going to be diffused into the society through our media, communication, through the brand, but also through the training efforts of the CILAG.
Marketing Manager Lawrence Akanufa said the campaign will continue to evolve through real-time feedback from communities and partners on the ground.
Environment is that you get real-time feedback, and they can give those responses to the campaign and the assets you deliver. But also through what this is a partnership thing. We work internally to drive this message, and with the corporate affairs engagement as well on the ground, this is where we want to receive that feedback, and we ask for it so that we can continue to build in a positive way.
SP Brewery says real change will take time, but believes taking action now is an important first step. Counting for the Day Open and New Island provincial by-elections continue today in Mount Hagen and Kavieng, respectively. As of 5 p.m. yesterday, Desmond Keeper was leading the Day Open race with 7,985 votes following the conclusion of 30 primary counts, while former Namatanai MP and son of late Sir Julius Chan, Byron Chan, was leading the New Ireland provincial with 11,604 votes. The PNG Electoral Commission has reported that counting for both by-elections are progressing well. The Middle Ramu District Development Authority paid 1.2 million kina in hardship allowances to its public servants of TVWAN local level government yesterday in Midday. This money is part of a 2 million kina commitment from the Prime Minister James Marape in 2024 during the launch of the district's development plan in Sangapi. The other 800,000 kina will be paid to public servants serving in other LLGs in the district.
During the presentation, District Administrator Saklingi took time to explain why this allowance was delayed and not paid to public servants last year. Some of the reasons included administrative and protocol bottlenecks and data collection of public servants, including bank details. While not every public servant will receive their allowances in this round of payment, everyone was assured they will receive theirs later.
The one black and time after some 50 years, you mean look at life standing. But them come up now, you have privilege, fortunate ones will be privilege. Thank you. Or teachers, you blow middle ramu or you specifically blow cover no simbai. You citizen of Islam now. You expect Islam on the temple you. But you say blow not the province or not the districts outside from middle ramu. You can save on the policy, passing the walk, going at you logo walk looks like an artsy place. And one by time that's what you look at line album. So the formalities from the straight to you know say see. So you must assist him through you staff, you know staff. You must assist him good now. You must assist him. But then we will work plenty. You know the release and so plenty work making na delay come up.
Assistant Speaker and local member Council Harwai Kamdaru, in thanking public servants for their service to the district, also explained that though the money was promised for TVWAN LLG, the DDA wanted to be fair to other LLGs and used its discretion to break up the funds. He stressed that it is not always that they will be paid these allowances, and it should never be about monetary value, but such gestures go to show that their efforts are not unnoticed. He encouraged all employees to take pride in their duties as their calling is a blessing to the district.
Go working work local manager or remote place and plenty time you plus sacrificing you like family very beginning to time you will travel go long on my place where work and stuff when you go and you plus risking life too. But Japan salim you go so you plus go. On the long mountain place now. School and stuff long place S3 and stuff long road car and connect him. Number of blood beginning and stuff good long. Plenty beginning is a come from school, but some of the time you just sacrificing. You play here, committing time, liberal or stop school.
Benjamin Gangan, the OIC of Mamus Health Center, on behalf of all health workers within TVWAN LLG, thanked the Prime Minister and the Middle Ramu DDA for honoring their commitment.
We will align on health, but so it's Middle Ramu. We let her take you. Plan your step back, we will one that's to come stop. We let her thank you at this time, member, you can slap. Incentive long, at least look savvy, Lord, I told him to some making, especially with Lord health workers. And Marasid plus as an house, I'll seek them to work, but I have the clinic and plus the risk in life of Mibla. So thank you, Lord, Mibla. Long, at least you appreciate the Mibla, money will give them, and I can appeal, but working blood making, and Papa God yet to serve and about rewarding blood on the time.
TVWAN LLG is one of the remote areas in the province, only accessible by air, and traveling to and from their respective job locations can be arduous. Despite these challenges, public servants in the region continue to serve the district. Alice Peter, TVWAN News, Midday.
Bao Primary School, situated in Ward 20 of Ambenob LLG in Midday District, was a proud recipient of new desks and chairs, courtesy of the Port Moresby-based Ameletamane Association, or ATA. The items were delivered to the school on Saturday afternoon, January 31st, by the Secretary of ATA, Nick Manis. ATA was formed in March 2023 by the elites from Ambinob LLG, based in the National Capital District, and with aims to give back to their community back home. Mr. Manis said this assistance should encourage and inspire children to work hard. He also acknowledged the Office of the Governor for its initial support to the association, which helped the association grow to where it is today. Turning abroad, the New South Wales Police Commissioner has extended restrictions on protests in Sydney for another fortnight. He says the move is justified, with tensions remaining high in the community as the city prepares for a visit by the Israeli President Isaac Herzog.
Calls to action now brought into question.
I have extended that declaration for a further 14 days.
The controversial restrictions enacted after the Bondi terror attack give police the power to refuse authorisation for all public assemblies for up to 3 months. Those restrictions primarily impact marching protests. The extension comes ahead of next week's visit by Israeli President Isaac Herzog.
I also need to consider that there will be a visit by President Herzog between the 9th and 12th. It is important that I keep the entire community safe.
There's a need to protect both the President, as he is an invited guest to Australia, but also regular Australians.
The Prime Minister says he's looking forward to the visit by Isaac Herzog, who'll meet with Jewish families who lost loved ones in the attack on a Hanukkah gathering in December. But pro-Palestinian groups say his controversial comments about Palestinian civilians and his role in supporting Israel's devastation of Gaza are legitimate reasons to protest.
He personally has been found by the UN Commission of Inquiry to have incited the commission of genocide.
Israel's president has denied those findings. Protest groups are planning to march from town hall to state parliament within an area covered by the restrictions. They say they'll consult with police, but they plan to march regardless. The Israeli president is expected to arrive in Australia on Sunday.
A 13-year-old Perth boy is being hailed a hero after swimming 4 hours through choppy waters to save his family when they were swept out to sea. The family's holiday had turned into a nightmare on Friday when the young teen's effort raised the alarm and triggered a massive search and rescue effort off Quindaloop, 250 kilometres south of Perth.
A call to 000 no one wants to make.
I said I need helicopters, I need planes, I need boats. My family's out at sea.
13-year-old Austin Appleby had just swam 4 kilometres to shore after he, his mum and siblings, 12-year-old Beau and 8-year-old Grace, were swept out to sea while on inflatable kayaks and paddleboards off Geograph Bay.
One of the hardest decisions I ever had to make was to say to Austin, try and get to shore and get some help. This could get really serious really quickly.
Which it did. The winds getting stronger and the waves bigger, making Austin swim that much harder and pushing his family further away from shore.
I was scared, confused, frightened.
The trio spending more than 8 hours in the ocean before being saved.
Towards the end, a big wave hit all of a sudden and me and my little sister, we were like on a weird angle and it flipped us off and we floated away from Mum.
The three pulled from the water soon after, having drifted 14 kilometres out to sea.
When I didn't know where they were and how they were and I thought they were dead, I had a lot of guilt in my heart. Because, I thought, oh man, I wasn't fast enough.
The Applebys now counting their blessings.
All three of them made it. That was all that mattered. So it was good. Good outcome. And now they can conquer the world and do everything that I wasn't able to do. So they're gonna make all three heroes out of them.
And finally, back home in sports, a late penalty by the Vanuatu FC has denied PNG Hikari FC their first win of the OFC Pro League as Vanuatu United FC escaped with a dramatic 2-2 draw yesterday at the National Football Stadium in Port Moresby. Having lost all 3 of their OFC Pro League matches so far, and with the sudden resignation of head coach Marcus Guzmão, the home side was determined to win this match.
The PNG Hekari fell behind early in the match when Vanuatu's key man Bill Kaltak capitalized on a loose ball in the 12th minute. Eric Joe put in an excellent tackle following a cross from the right, but the ball fell kindly for Bill Kaltak, who expertly curled his effort into the far corner. Lars Hopp's side looked to press home their advantage, dominating much of the early running. PNG Hekari FC were thrown a wonderful chance to level when John Orubulu burst into the area, only to be brought down by Vanuatu United captain Michael Colon. Referee Ben Aukwai pointed to the spot and Joseph Joe took responsibility for the spot kick, confidently striking the ball into the top corner to equalize. At the other end, Hekari's Dave Tomare was on hand to make a smart save, denying Jordi Tasip from putting Vanuatu United back in front. 12 minutes into the second half, Eric Joe gave PNG Hekari FC a crucial lead, the defender flying through the air to connect with an excellent corner from Raymond Gunemba and putting his side in front. In stoppage time, a handball on the goal line handed Vanuatu a penalty, which Owen Smith converted to level the score. Eric Joe was later sent off for protesting, reducing his side to 10 men. PNG Hekari FC's failure to grab their third goal would come back to haunt them. Some crumbs of comfort for PNG Hekari FC in that they finally secured their first point and goals of the season, but the late nature of the equalizer will be tough to take.
And that ends the midday news. Do join us with the main news at 6.